Welcome! This video covers reviewing a crop plan. We'll use the example farm information from the previous video. Go to the pre-analysis page. Click Analyze. Normally, it takes 15 to 30 seconds to analyze a farm model, depending on the complexity. If everything checks out, up pops the most profitable combination of crops, fields, acres, and assets that meets all specified management musts and wants. This is the single most profitable mix out of tens of thousands of possible combinations. If there are no forward sales, the output looks like this. Let's take a quick look at the output for a strategy with forward sales. There are 6 panels. You can drill down on each. Here's a quick rundown. 2 panels on the left show the crop mix and profitability measures. 2 middle panels show resource use for the overall strategy and for each crop. On the top right are the crop acreage limits. Drilling down shows their impact on estimated income. Forward sales, if applicable, appears on the bottom right. There are output indicators on most pages that display the impact of management decisions. This is the model output: crops and acreage, crop and field assignments, resource use and how available resources are impacting profitability, crop limits and how crop limits are impacting profitability, forward sales, and whether proposed contracts are filled. This is the model input: crop info, field info, crop field choices, resources, and limits. To view all dimensions of a strategy and compare it to others, go to Farms, Strategies, Scenarios. Select the strategy to view. Then click View. A table appears with 4 tabs: Crops and Acreage, Resource Use, Risk Profile, Conservation. These views are useful to compare multiple strategies. The first tab shows the crops and acreage for the strategy. This includes forward sold crops. The next tab shows resources used for each strategy. Land and working capital always appear in this table since they are required resources. All other resources are optional and will only appear if included in a given strategy. Remember, for a valid comparison, all strategies should include the same resources. Moving from left to right, the next tab is the risk profile. The risk profile shows multiple risk-related measures for the strategy. Risk measures include return on land, return on working capital, degree of diversification, percentage of estimated forward sold, estimated income given minimum prices and minimum yields, percentage of estimated income and acreage in high-risk crops, if applicable. Risk measures are relative measures. They provide a way to compare elements of risk among strategies. Risk analysis is covered in greater detail in subsequent training videos. The tab on the far right is for conservation measures. There are 2 conservation measures: the percentage of estimated income generated from conservation practices and the percentage of acreage under conservation practices. As your production plan evolves, it may help to have a hard copy or soft copy handy to share with your agronomist, marketing advisor, crop insurance agent, lender, or others. To generate a report, navigate to Farms, Strategies, Scenarios. Select which strategies to include in the report. Click Print Report. A pop-up box appears. Select a featured strategy. This shows strategy details. Other strategies are shown at a summary level for comparisons. The first section of the report shows the featured strategy. The second section of the report compares the featured strategy with other strategies across output measures. The third section of the report shows additional details of the featured strategy. Viewing farm model inputs and outputs graphically is helpful for comparing strategies. We'll touch on the graphs here and do a deeper dive in a subsequent training video. Click on Farms, Strategies, Scenarios. Select a couple strategies, and then click View. There are 3 types of graphs. The XY graph compares any combination of inputs and outputs across strategies. There are 2 drop-downs where you can select 2 values to graph against each other. The radar graph compares strategies against multiple parameters selected by the user. Parameters are all shown as percentages. The variance graph simulates the impact on profitability using the minimum and maximum crop yields and prices, if entered. This shows the variability of estimated income among strategies, which represents risk. Thank you for your time. For more information, please go to www.plantingprofits.com.